I am sitting at our usual family dinner spot, quietly sipping my lukewarm coffee. My sister, Vanessa, cannot resist being the center of attention. She's wearing a blazer that probably cost more than my monthly rent, and she just finished telling everyone about her latest board meeting. She is a senior VP at a firm called Elite PR, and she never lets us forget it. Then her sharp eyes land on me. "So, Alara," she says, her voice loud enough for the neighboring tables to hear. "How is that little craft project in the garage going? Are you finally making enough to buy a real latte, or are you still just playing dress up as a CEO? The table erupts in laughter. My parents, Arthur and Beatrice, share a pitying look. Vanessa is not done yet. She reaches into her designer clutch, pinches a $20 bill between her fingers, and slides it across the white tablecloth toward me. "Here," she smirks. "Go get a decent haircut. If you are going to be a failure, you do not have to look like one." My heart does a tiny lurch, but I keep my face perfectly calm. I pick up the bill, fold it slowly, and put it in my pocket. "Thanks, Vanessa," I whisper. "I will make sure you get this back soon." The walk back to my garage workspace feels longer than usual tonight. The sting of Vanessa's laughter is still fresh in my mind. For 3 years, I have been building Lumina, a data encryption software that keeps information safe from hackers. To Vanessa, it is just a hobby. To my parents, it is junk that takes up space. I open the creaky garage door and see the glow of my servers. These machines are my life. I sit down and check my emails. There is a new notification from a massive tech giant. They have been testing my code for a month. The subject line reads, "Final acquisition offer." My hands shake as I open it. They are offering $25 million to license my garage craft for their global systems. I lean back in my chair, staring at the screen. I am 26 years old, and I just became a multimillionaire in a room that smells like oil and old boxes. I look at the $20 bill on my desk. Vanessa thinks I am a failure, but I am holding the keys to her entire world. I decide right then that I am not just going to succeed. I am going to wait for the perfect moment to show her exactly who is in charge. The next morning, the garage door bangs open. I'm exhausted from a night of legal calls, but Arthur and Beatrice are standing there with trash bags. "Alara, we have had enough," Arthur says, looking at my server racks with disgust. "Vanessa is moving back home while her condo is being renovated, and she needs this space for her new home yoga studio. We are throwing this junk out." I stand up quickly, my heart pounding. "You cannot do that, Dad. This is my business." Beatrice sighs and starts grabbing my cables. "It is not a business, honey. It is a mess. Vanessa says you are delusional, and we agree. You need to grow up." I reach into my desk and pull out a folder. I had prepared for this. I hand Arthur a legal paper. "This is a cease and desist order. I pay you rent for this space, and under the law, you cannot touch my equipment without a 30-day notice." Arthur's face turns bright red as he reads the document. He looks at me like he does not recognize me. "You are suing your own parents," he stammers. "No," I reply coldly. "I am protecting my assets. You have 30 days to find Vanessa another place for her yoga." They leave in a huff, and I know our relationship is officially broken. 2 days later, my phone buzzes. It is a call from Vanessa. I usually ignore her, but I want to hear what she has to say. "Alara, look," she starts, her voice dripping with fake kindness. "Mom and Dad told me about your little legal stunt. It is embarrassing, truly, but I am a big person, so I am going to help you." I stay silent, waiting. "I talked to my boss at Elite PR. We have an opening for a junior filing clerk. It is a real job with a real paycheck. I will even let you skip the interview. You can start on Monday and finally stop being a burden on everyone. I can practically hear her smirking through the phone. She wants me in her building where she can watch me fail every single day. She wants to show her poor sister off like a charity case. A filing clerk, I ask, playing along. That is a lot of responsibility, Vanessa. She laughs. It is more than you can handle, clearly, but I will talk you through it. Stop being stubborn and take the win. I grip my phone tight. I will think about it, I say. As soon as I hang up, I call my lawyer. It is time, I tell him. Start buying every debt Elite PR has. I want that company. Sunday dinner is the quietest one in history. Arthur and Beatrice refuse to look at me. Vanessa is busy on her phone, probably posting about her generous offer to her struggling sister. Finally, Arthur clears his throat. Elara, if you do not take the job Vanessa offered, you are no longer welcome here. We cannot support your lifestyle anymore. Vanessa looks up and nods. Elite PR is a prestigious firm. Working there would be the best thing that ever happened to you. If you say no, you are just proving you want to be a loser. I look around the table. These are the people who are supposed to love me, but they only value me if I am beneath them. I understand, I say, standing up. I will not be coming to dinner next week. In fact, I will be moving my equipment tonight. Vanessa snorts. Moving it where? To a cardboard box? I do not answer. I walk out of the house and into the night. Within 4 hours, a professional moving crew arrives at the garage. We move every server to a high-security data center downtown. I leave a single post-it note on the empty garage floor for Vanessa to find. It says, "Watch the market in 6 months." I disappear into a luxury rental and change my number. 6 months pass in a blur of hard work and silence. My company, Lumina, is now the backbone of global data security. I have used my earnings to build a holding company called Apex Core. My mission is simple: find firms that are failing due to bad leadership and fix them. Vanessa's firm, Elite PR, is at the top of my list. My researchers found out that Vanessa's department is a disaster. She has been spending the company's budget on expensive lunches and trips to keep up her image. Elite PR is drowning in predatory loans just to stay afloat. They are desperate for a savior. I sit in my new office looking at the city's skyline. I have been quietly buying up their debt and their shares for weeks. Today, I own 51% of Elite PR. I am the majority shareholder, but nobody knows it yet. I operate through my lawyers and Apex Core. I see a news notification on my screen. Vanessa has posted a photo of herself with a caption, "Big changes coming." The Queen is ready for her new partner. She thinks a mysterious billionaire is coming to save her firm and promote her. She has no idea that the billionaire is the sister she tried to hire as a clerk. Monday morning arrives, and the air feels electric. I have sent a company-wide memo to every employee at Elite PR. It states that the new owner will be arriving at 9:00 a.m. for a mandatory staff meeting. I wake up early and put on my favorite black hoodie and a pair of simple sneakers. I do not need a suit to show my power. I drive my modest car to the Elite PR building. As I pull into the parking lot, I see Vanessa. She is standing by the entrance, wearing a custom designer suit that must have cost $5,000. She is preening in the glass reflection of the doors, checking her hair and makeup. She looks like she is waiting for a king. I park and walk toward the entrance. Vanessa spots me immediately. Her face twists into a mask of pure rage. "Elara, what on earth are you doing here?" she hisses, stepping in my way. "I told you 6 months ago that the clerk job was gone. You missed your chance." This is a professional building for important people. You cannot just wander in here looking like a homeless person. You are going to ruin the most important day of my career. Get out before I call security. I do not move, I just look at her. I am here for the meeting, Vanessa, I say calmly. She lets out a sharp, high-pitched laugh. The meeting? This is for staff and the new owner. You are neither. You are a failure who lives in a garage. She turns toward the security desk inside the lobby and starts waving her arms frantically. Security, this woman is a trespasser. She is stalking me. Please get her out of here before the new CEO arrives. 2 large security guards walk toward us. Vanessa is smirking now, waiting for the humiliation to begin. She wants to see me dragged away in front of her coworkers who are starting to gather in the lobby. The head of security, a man named Marcus, reaches us. He looks at Vanessa, then he looks at me. Instead of grabbing my arm, he steps to the side and bows his head slightly. "Good morning, Miss Sullivan," he says to me. "Your private elevator is ready. The board is waiting for you upstairs." The lobby goes silent. Vanessa's jaw literally drops. Her face turns a ghostly shade of white. "Ms. Sullivan," she repeats, her voice shaking. "Marcus, what are you talking about? This is my sister. She is nobody." Marcus doesn't even look at her. "She is the owner of Apex Core, Vanessa. Move aside." I walk past Vanessa without saying another word. The sound of my sneakers on the marble floor is the only noise in the room. I can hear Vanessa's breath hitch behind me. As the glass elevator doors close, I see her standing there, frozen like a statue. I ascend to the top floor where the partners are lined up in the hallway. They look terrified. They know the company has been mismanaged, and they know I have the power to fire all of them. I enter the main boardroom and sit at the head of the table. I turn on the video system. Every monitor in the building, including the giant screens in the lobby, flickers to life. My face is now visible to every single employee. I see Vanessa on the screen in the lobby. She's staring at a monitor with an expression of pure horror. I lean into the microphone. "Good morning, everyone," I say. "My name is Alara Sullivan. I am the founder of Lumina and the owner of Apex Core. As of this morning, I am the CEO of Elite PR. We are going to have a very long day of reviews. Vanessa Sullivan, please report to the executive suite immediately. We have some business to discuss regarding your bonus expenses and your treatment of staff." 10 minutes later, there is a soft knock on my door. Vanessa walks in. She looks like she has aged 10 years in 10 minutes. Her designer suit looks ridiculous now. She is trembling so hard that she has to hold onto the back of a chair to stay upright. "Alara," she whispers. I did not know. Why didn't you tell us, Mum and Dad? They will be so proud." I let out a short, cold laugh. "Proud? They tried to throw my life's work into a trash bag, Vanessa, and you. You tried to hire me as a filing clerk to humiliate me." I reach into my desk and pull out a folded piece of paper. It is the $20 bill from the restaurant. I slide it across the desk toward her. "You told me to get a haircut because I was a failure. Well, I used my garage craft to buy your career. This 20 is for your bus fare home because I am repossessing your company car as of right now." Vanessa starts to cry. "You can't do this. We are family." I lean forward, my eyes hard. Family does not slide $20 across a table to mock a sister's dreams. Family does not call a business a craft project. You are not my sister today, Vanessa. You are an underperforming employee who has been embezzling company funds for travel. You have 2 choices: resign now, or I turn my audit over to the police. Vanessa signs the resignation papers with a shaking hand. She is sobbing now, the loud, ugly kind of crying that she used to do as a kid to get her way. But I am not a kid anymore, and her tears mean nothing to me. "I need time to pack my things," she gasps. I shake my head. Security has already boxed your personal items. They are waiting for you at the curb. You are barred from the building effective immediately. She stumbles out of the office, defeated and broken. I watch her from my window as she walks to the street, carrying a small cardboard box. She looks small and powerless. I pick up my phone and see a dozen missed calls from Beatrice. I ignore them. I have a company to run. I spend the next 8 hours meeting with the real workers, the engineers and the junior staff who Vanessa ignored for years. I find out that she stole ideas from 3 of them and passed them off as her own. I immediately promote those 3 and give them a massive raise. By the time I leave the office, the energy in the building has shifted from fear to hope. I drive back to my apartment, but I stop at a small park first. I sit on a bench and finally let out a long breath. I am not a failure. The next morning, I get a text from Arthur. Ilara, we are at the house. Vanessa told us everything. We are so sorry for the misunderstanding. We always knew you were special. Come over for dinner tonight. We bought your favorite steak. I stare at the message. Misunderstanding. They called my work junk. They threatened to throw me out. They chose Vanessa because she had a flashy title, and now they are choosing me because I have the money. I type back a simple message. The misunderstanding was mine. I thought you loved me for who I was, not what I owned. I have bought your mortgage from the bank. You don't owe them any more, you owe me. Don't call me again. I will send a monthly allowance for your needs, but our dinner dates are over. I hit send and block both of them. It hurts, but it is a clean kind of hurt. I am finally free of their expectations. I spend the rest of the week restructuring Elite PR. I change the name to Lumina Communications. We are no longer a firm that values image over substance. We are going to use my tech to change how the world shares information. My small business didn't just grow. It took over the very place that said I would never be enough. A month later, I am sitting in a high-end restaurant, but this time, I am the one hosting the dinner. I have invited the top performers from my new firm. As we eat, I see a woman working in the kitchen through the swinging doors. She's wearing a stained apron and scrubbing large pots. It is Vanessa. She lost her condo and her credit cards, and apparently her elite PR reputation followed her. Nobody in the industry will hire her after the audit news leaked. She is finally working a real job with a real paycheck, just like she wanted for me. She catches my eye for a second, and the shame on her face is deeper than any ocean. I do not smirk. I do not laugh. I simply turn back to my team and raise a glass to the future. I learned that the best revenge isn't being mean. It is being so successful that the people who doubted you have to watch you fly while they are stuck on the ground. My garage was not a graveyard for servers. It was a launching pad. And as I walk out of the restaurant, I realize I never actually spent that $20 bill. I keep it in my wallet as a reminder. Never let someone else's definition of failure stop you from building your empire. The transition of the company continues smoothly. I find that without Vanessa's ego in the way, the staff is much more creative. We are developing a new platform that allows small businesses to protect their data for free. I want to make sure that other people starting in their garages have a better chance than I did. I receive an email from a local newspaper. They want to do a feature story on the garage CEO. I agree, but only if they mention the names of my entire engineering team. I want the world to know that success is a team effort. During the interview, the reporter asks me about my sister. I simply say, "We have chosen different paths, and I wish her the best in her new career." It is a professional answer that tells the truth without being petty. I am learning that power is most effective when it is handled with grace. My parents sent a letter through my lawyer. thanking me for the mortgage help. They sound small and distant now. The house that once felt like a cage is now just another asset on my balance sheet. I am building a legacy that is based on truth and hard work, not just designer suits and fake smiles. 15. One evening, I am working late at the office when Marcus, the head of security, knocks on my door. "Miss Sullivan, there is a young man downstairs. He says he has a prototype he wants to show you. He says he has been living in his car to keep his servers running." I feel a surge of familiarity. I tell Marcus to bring him up. A few minutes later, a nervous kid walks in, clutching a battered laptop. He reminds me so much of myself 3 years ago. I sit him down and listen to his pitch. It is brilliant. A way to use solar energy to power local data hubs. I look at him and smile. "I am not going to hire you as a clerk," I say. He looks confused. "I am going to give you a lab, a salary, and 50% of the patents we develop together. Welcome to the team." As he leaves, I realize that this is why I worked so hard. It wasn't just to prove Vanessa wrong. It was to have the power to say yes to people like him. My small business has become a lighthouse for others. I stand by the window and look out at the city. The lights are bright, but the glow from my old garage is the one that still guides me. The news of my mentorship program spreads quickly. More young inventors start reaching out. I decide to turn the ground floor of the Lumina building into an incubator space. We call it the garage. It is a high-tech facility where anyone with a good idea can get the tools they need for free. I spend my Saturday mornings walking through the space, talking to people about their dreams. It feels more rewarding than any board meeting. I see a group of girls working on a robot that cleans ocean plastic. I see a grandfather developing an app to help people with memory loss. This is the craft project I always wanted to build. My life is full of purpose now. I have stopped checking Vanessa's social media. I don't need to know how she is doing to feel good about myself. I have moved past the need for her approval or her failure. I am busy building a world where titles do not matter as much as talent. My parents have started volunteering at a local charity, and I hear they are telling people about their daughter, the CEO. I hope they are learning that people are more than their bank accounts. The incubator is a massive success. One of the first projects, the ocean cleaning robot, gets a government contract. The girls who built it come to my office to thank me. They are crying and hugging me, and I realize that I have changed the course of their lives. This is the ultimate win. I am invited to speak at a major tech conference in London. I decide to go, but I take the ocean robot girls with me. I want them to see the world. As we sit in the first-class cabin, I think about the $20 bill again. It is still in my wallet. I realize that the bill represents the moment I stopped caring about Vanessa's opinion and started caring about my own potential. I am no longer the silent sister. I am a leader who builds doors for others to walk through. The conference is a blur of speeches and networking, but the highlight is seeing the girls present their work to thousands of people. They are brave and smart, and they belong there. I am proud to be the person who helped them get there. My journey from the garage to the global stage is complete, but the work is just beginning. 18. When I return from London, there is a surprise waiting for me. The engineering team has built a replica of my original garage servers in the lobby of the building. It is a beautiful display with a plaque that says, "Great things start small." I am moved to tears. They value my history as much as I do. I spend the afternoon walking through the office, thanking everyone. I realize that I have built more than a company. I have built a community. My parents call me on my birthday. For the first time, I answer. We talk for 10 minutes. It is a bit awkward, but there is no mention of money or status. They tell me they are proud of the incubator. I tell them I am glad they are doing well. It is a start. I am learning that forgiveness is for me, not for them. It allows me to move forward without the weight of the past. My life is quiet and focused. I still wear my hoodies and I still drive my modest car. I don't need to show off my net worth to know I am successful. I am the boss of my own life, and that is the only title that truly matters. 1 year after the takeover, Lumina Communications is named one of the most innovative companies in the world. We host a massive celebration in the lobby, right next to the garage display. Everyone is there, the engineers, the incubator inventors, and even Marcus. As I look around the room, I feel a deep sense of peace. I have proven that a business built on respect and innovation will always outshine one built on ego and greed. I step up to the podium to give a short speech. I tell the story of the $20 bill, but I don't name Vanessa. I tell it as a lesson. Someone might tell you that you are a failure. They might even give you $20 to prove it. Take that money and use it to buy the machines that will build your dreams. The room erupts in cheers. As I step down, I feel a hand on my shoulder. It is the kid who lived in his car, now a senior lead engineer. "Thanks for the lab, boss," he says. I smile and pat his arm. "Thanks for the prototype, partner." I walk out into the cool night air, feeling light and happy. My small business didn't just survive, it thrived, and it brought a lot of good people along with it. A few months later, I am at a tech gala. I am wearing a simple, elegant dress, and I am there to receive an award for philanthropy. As I walk toward the stage, I see a woman serving drinks near the entrance. She looks familiar. It is Vanessa again. She is working for a catering company now. She sees me, and for a second I see a flash of the old anger in her eyes. But then she looks at the stage, at the award, and at the people cheering for me. Her shoulders slump and she turns away. I realize that she finally understands. I don't hate her. I don't even think about her. She is just a person in the crowd. I give my speech, focusing on the importance of supporting the next generation of dreamers. I dedicate the award to everyone who has ever worked in a garage or a basement. As I leave the gala, I see Vanessa standing by the curb, waiting for her ride. I tell my driver to stop. I roll down the window and hand her an envelope. Inside is the original $20 bill and a business card for a career coaching service I fund. "Good luck, Vanessa," I say quietly. I roll up the window and drive away. It is the final closing of the book. The career coaching service is designed for people who have hit rock bottom and want to start over. I find out a month later that Vanessa actually used the card. She has enrolled in a training program for project management. She is starting at the bottom, but this time she is actually doing the work. I am glad. I don't want her to suffer forever. I just wanted her to learn. My company continues to grow, but I make sure to keep the culture grounded. We have garage days every Friday where anyone can pitch a wild idea, no matter how small it seems. I am constantly amazed by the talent that is hidden in plain sight. I have started a foundation to provide tech equipment to schools in low-income areas. I want every kid to have the chance to build their own craft project. My life has become a circle of giving back. I am no longer the girl hiding in the garage. I am the woman building the future. Arthur and Beatrice have started coming over for tea once a month. We are rebuilding our bond, slowly and carefully. It will never be the same as it was, but it is honest. And in this world, honesty is the most valuable currency of all. I am sitting in my office on a rainy Tuesday afternoon. I have just finished a call with a partner in Japan. My company is now truly global. I look at a photo on my desk of me and my engineering team on the day of the takeover. We all look so happy and determined. I realize that the small business was never about the money. It was about the freedom to create. I have that freedom now, and I use it every day. I get a message from the career service. Vanessa has finished her first certification and landed a junior role at a construction firm. She sent a short note. "Thank you for the chance to start over. I am sorry for everything." I read it twice, then I delete it. I don't need to hold on to her apology. I have already moved on. I stand up and walk to the incubator floor. I see a young girl struggling with a piece of hardware. I sit down next to her and offer a hand. "I used to have one of those in my garage," I say. She looks at me with wide eyes. "You are Alara Sullivan." I smile. "I am Alara, and you are going to be great." We spend the next hour working together, and I am reminded once again why I never gave up. The incubator produces its 100th successful startup. We have a big celebration, and I am asked to cut the ribbon on a new wing of the building. As I stand there, I realize that I have built an empire of innovation. My name is synonymous with progress and integrity. I have turned the pain of being underestimated into a fuel that has powered thousands of dreams. I look at the crowd and see Arthur and Beatrice in the front row. They are beaming with genuine pride. They have finally seen the value in the junk I was building. I am grateful for their presence, but I am even more grateful for my own resilience. I cut the ribbon, and the room erupts in applause. I am the boss, the founder, and the mentor. But most importantly, I am the girl who believed in herself when nobody else did. I walk through the new wing, looking at the empty desks that will soon be filled with new ideas. The future is bright, and I am the one holding the flashlight. My small business didn't just win, it changed the world. As the years pass, Lumina becomes a household name. I am often asked to give advice to young entrepreneurs. I always tell them the same thing. Your business is only as small as your vision. If you believe it is a craft project, it will be. If you believe it is an empire, it will become one. I have seen so many failures turn into icons. It is the most beautiful thing in the world. I have finally retired the $20 bill story from my speeches. It has served its purpose. I am no longer defined by that moment of humiliation. I am defined by the thousands of jobs I have created and the lives I have improved. Vanessa is now a successful project manager, and we occasionally have lunch. It is polite and professional. She is a different person now, humbler and more focused. I am glad we could find a way to be in each other's lives again. Arthur and Beatrice have passed away, but they left the house to me. I turned the entire property into a community tech center. The garage is now a museum of my first servers. It is a place of inspiration for the neighborhood kids. I am proud of the life I have built. I am sitting on the porch of the tech center, watching the sun set. A young boy walks up to me, holding a small circuit board. "Ms. Sullivan, can you help me?" My sister says this is just a toy. I feel a familiar spark in my heart. I sit him down and look at the board. "It is not a toy," I say, my voice steady and kind. "It is the start of something amazing. Let me show you how to make it fly." We spend the evening working together, and I am reminded of where I started. The garage, the servers, the laughter, and the $20 bill. It was all a necessary part of the journey. I am not the boss because I am better than anyone else. I am the boss because I stayed true to my vision. The lights of the tech center flick on, glowing in the twilight. My small business is now a legacy that will live on long after I am gone. I look up at the stars and smile. I am Alara Sullivan, and I am exactly where I am supposed to be. The girl in the garage won, and she did it with style, grace, and a very real job.